Hello LEGO fans, Bricks Unbound here with another episode of Building Hogwarts. This episode's a bit different than all the other ones because it doesn't focus on the castle itself necessarily, but more on one of its inhabitants. That would be Fluffy, the three-headed dog from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, depending on which country's version of the book you got. But this build is, if you have the LEGO Harry Potter Build Your Own Adventure book, it is largely based off of that, and then I just made some of my own modifications to it that I thought improved the look from what was in the book itself. But in case you're not familiar with the book I'm talking about, it is this one here. There we go, LEGO Harry Potter Build Your Own Adventure. It comes with, I don't know, 200 some parts to build up this, as well as an alternate build for that. This is kind of a throwback to one of the very first Harry Potter sets where there's a little wheel thing you spun to sort the houses. And they have that in here too with some printed tiles. But this book is worth it just for the, I mean, you get I think a decent price for the number of parts as well. Maybe it's only 100 something. It doesn't quite look like a 200 part build. But it has a lot of great inspiration for Harry Potter builders. I mean, you get some building structures. There's some green dots. I want to make some of these carts. And see, there's like the troll. That looks a little goofy. But they also give you this pretty nice looking Fluffy. You can tell the differences though, comparing this to the one I built. Especially the legs, they're pretty blocky in this. I do like how they had the little knee bend section back in this one, whereas all my legs, in this version at least, are just completely straight. But I just didn't really like that blocky look as much, so I switched out for some curved slopes and regular slopes. As you can see, they're pretty straightforward build. Also changed up the feet. I found that actually there are several parts on this official build, I guess you could call it, but the one in the book that were a little flimsy. Especially these little toes down here, I was knocking those off all the time. I didn't have them in the right colors either. I had a lot of black and white claws, but I didn't really have many of the tan variety, or is that dark tan, on here. And then for the front legs, this whole plate with the studs on the side kept getting knocked off. And then also his nose, actually. You can see there's a little bit of a gap back behind the nose where they just didn't connect it to those studs. It would have been really easy to just add a plate in there. And in fact, it was really easy. That's what I did. So you can see I also added a plate under the eye, but behind that nose, so it's pretty securely attached there. It's not coming off anywhere. Pretty clever use, I thought, of these bracket pieces to attach those ears. That was, again, from the main model. So big changes the legs, filling in some of those gaps on the head. Then I also filled in gaps on the side here, because on the main model, see if we can get a good shot of the side of it. It's just wide open there. That hole is exposed in the Technic brick there. And then if you look at that from the top, it gets very, very, very thin, even thinner than this. But that bulked it out a little bit, adding on these slopes. And if you want to do that yourself to do it, I just replaced, if I can get this to unattach, not replaced, but filled in the gap here. See, it's just a headlight brick. It's got a plate stuck to it, and then some curved slopes and some more plates stuck to that. And by some miracle of LEGO math, this ended up making the bottom of it completely flat, which was not planned, but it worked. And then it just fits right into some of these empty spots here. And that's that. Pretty easy modifications to make to this. But I think he looks nice and fearsome with his glowing yellow eyes there. I can't remember in the books if it really said what color his eyes were. I remember it talking about them like rolling madly or something like that, but I don't remember if it said the color. But these I guess what, transparent pieces really do glow pretty well when the light hits them. Makes them look very scary. I tried a couple different ways to make his mouth actually be able to move up and down, but it just made it too bulky. So they just kind of will hang open like that. But it still looks pretty good to me. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments. And then let me know if you picked up this book. Like I said, it has fairly good pictures in it. You can see, looking at this, you can tell the parts they use and how they stacked up, even if they don't go through the 1, 2, 3, just the step-by-step build. But highly recommend picking up that book. It has lots of other pretty neat ideas for Hogwarts Castle. You'll see several other of them in future updates probably, especially like some library shelf builds in there, as well as the troll encounter. Maybe not so much the troll, but the rest of it looks pretty good with the bathroom facilities. But let me know what you think about this fluffy build here, and please come back for more videos. Thank you for watching.